right, traders, it is 3:30 Central on Monday, and it is time to get started trading. By the way, I'm Pepper. This is Godly Trading. Thank you for being here. I want to start off as I should have started off the entire last week with today's verse of the day. I love this. This is the most applicable verse that I have ever found in trading, which is this. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And to me, that is trading in a nutshell. You develop a system, you put all your heart and soul into creating it, and then you stand on it and you go out and you trade it with faith. But you're counting on the evidence of things not seen. I just love that. I love the fact that it's now faith as opposed to future faith. Also, we always take a look at the economic calendar. Let's just go ahead and look at it for the whole week. There's nothing happening today that we need to I worry about. We had some speeches later on this week. Let's see, U.S., nothing. I'm looking for interest rate announcements. We got unemployment rate. If you're a day trader, that's something to consider. As a swing trader, I don't worry about employment numbers, things like that. Thursday, we've got GDP for the British. So again, if I was trading the pound on a 15-minute chart or a 5-minute chart, absolutely would be concerned about that GDP release announcement. Then Friday, we've got pretty much we got inflation. We got CPI on Friday. Again, as a swing trader, I don't worry about CPI. As a day trader, I would worry about CPI. So I want to go quickly through my Bob strategy, the one I've been trading for 4 or 5 years. And then show you, I don't know if anybody was with me on Friday as I was riding in the passenger seat trading from the interstate. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes that when life gets in the way, you say, well, how do I keep trading and still have this thing that's getting in the way? By and large, on days like that, when I'm not at my computer for the right amount of time, I'm in a car or I'm on a cruise or I'm at whatever birthday party. What I generally do is let's just manage our open trades. Let's be good stewards of the resources God has given us and manage open trades. So which is what I did. And man, oh man, did I pick the wrong day to be in a car. I missed I think it was 7 or 8 trades. We're going to go through that on the Frank strategy. So with that said, let's dive right into the various things that I'm trading. This is gold. This is the Forest strategy automated on a 15-minute chart. We got in last night on the touch of the 30. We got out at 1-to-1 and then did not make it all the way to 3-to-1 for our automatic second take profit, but it did trail stop here. So we're back up above. We're back up 1% on this strategy so far. Happy about that. Let's quickly go through Bob. Let's see what we've got open. Euro yen is open. And you can see we got almost all the way up there. Price gapped up and ran down, but it's pushed back up again. You can look at this candle, and you can just tell that the buyers are in charge. I wouldn't be surprised to see this hit second take profit tomorrow. Pound Swiss, we are in. By and large, we're about halfway, maybe a third of the way to our first take profit there. Pound yen has looks the same way as the euro yen. Not surprising. And overall, we're up here on the month. I don't expect we're going to find anything. Let me just scan through the pairs here. Aussie Kiwi, we hit our first take profit today on this, and a big candle on that. So we've moved our stop loss to break even. No risk associated with that. Nothing to do on Aussie US. Swiss yen, nothing to do. Euro pound, we're in no man's land. We're talking about euro yen. Pound Aussie just continues to run to the downside. It's too bad that I'm no longer in this trade, but I got a good trade out of it. I'm not going to complain about that. We've talked about pound Swiss and pound yen. Kiwi Swiss, we're back in this. This is a trade. I'm having to simulate this trade because I missed it on Friday. So this one is just going into the tracking, my spreadsheet. I only trade live 10 pairs, and I track the other 18. Because I need the data to know which pairs are going to graduate up into putting real money behind it. I'll talk about that another day. I've had some people ask me specifically about the Frank strategy and the red and green arrows, so I'm going to spend most of my time today talking about that. As a tracking trade, there's nothing to do here. And then Kiwi yen, nothing to do. All right, so those two strategies are done. Nice green day on that. Everything is we have $700 open, so about 0.75% positive open equity there, combined with our 1%. No, probably 0.75% gain on the gold algo. All right, let's switch over to the Frank strategy. Right now, I've got 3 open trades and I got 7 pending orders. Oh my goodness, I got to show you these. I missed so many trades on. Hang on one second. Let me kill that. Nope, wrong button. So many trades on Friday. Let's take a look at them all. So let's go to Frank and go to the match trader symbol there. And my phone is blowing up for some reason. Sorry about that. All right, let's start at the beginning. Gold, nothing to do. Silver. We're in this oil trade, and you can see we had our. All right, so I'm going to explain the strategy again for those who have asked me about this. This is the most simple of the dead simple strategies that I have to trade. I'm a trend trader, so here are the 3 different sort of personified Forrest, Frank, and Bob. Frank and Forrest are called Frank and Forrest because they're dead simple, and Frank is the deadest of dead simple. It is one indicator. In this case, it's a whole moving average. This is a 9-period weekly. I simulate that by having it be a 45-period daily. Same thing, right? Number of 5 days in a trading day times 9, 45. A trading week, excuse me. So this is a 45-period whole moving average, and then I look for engulfing candles. When you have the whole moving average is green, meaning we're going long, we only go in the direction of that one. By the way, this down here is my secondary confirmation. I only go in the longer term. This is a 200 down here, longer term trend. So when the overall trend is up and the medium trend is up, I can go long. I have the green light to go long. Then all I'm looking for is an engulfing candle. And you can see I had a bullish engulfing candle right here. So I get this when those 2 things happen, this is green and I have this bullish engulfing candle, then I get a signal. My indicator that I have here generates a signal. And people have asked me, can we have access to this? To be respectful of those who are in our membership program, which is mainly for accountability, Christian fellowship, but being in part of the program gives you access to all of the tools they've got. I can't give this out for free, but I can tell you exactly how to recreate it. I used ChatGPT to code this thing in PineScript, and I told it the strategy, and it spit it out for me. So it's great. So you get a signal, and the high, your entry is at the high of that candle, and your stop loss is up below the candle, and I set it at 1-to-1. And boom, there you are. And we're in this gold trade, and we're up just a smidge. Next trade that we are in is Euro Aussie. We are negative on this trade. This is one of those that I missed on Friday. However, this morning when I saw it, price was here at the entry. So I went ahead and got in at market this morning. Normally, these are all stop orders, stop limit orders. Nope, stop orders. But because of where it was this morning, I was able to get in. And we're up ever so slightly. The last one that we are in is Kiwi Swiss. We've been in this one for a while. Oh, gosh, we got in this one back January 28th. And it's been up and down, up and down. And currently we're down about a third. So all in all, not bad for what we're experiencing here. Now, let me show you the trades that we missed. And I say missed. I missed the signal on these on Friday. So Aussie CAD, you can see here, we had the signal to go long on Friday. If I had seen it on Friday, again, I intentionally did not look for new trades on Friday because of the life situation. Don't ever let trading run your life. Always keep trading walled in and be intentional. Don't beat yourself up with the fact that you missed a trade because you didn't have time to look at it. I set the intention. Hey, today at 3:30, I'm going to be on the interstate. So I'm going to let my wife drive. I'm going to live stream, and I'm only going to manage these open trades. I can't do anything else than that. It's okay. So these trades I missed, yeah, there's always going to be another trade. Just trust your plan. Remember, we talked about Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I hope you all can hear me. I just realized my microphone was very far away. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just trusting that this will work. So I do have the entry here where it's supposed to be, and if price comes back down and tags it, that's great. If it doesn't, it won't I won't have to worry about it. Aussie Swiss, this one has pulled back from that. So this one, if it goes back in the right direction, I might get in this one. This is here, and I'm not triggered yet. So those are pending orders. Aussie US, again, missed the entry because I wasn't here on Friday. Trenton says I still beat myself. Look, I understand it, but taking a spiritual and do I hold trades overnight? Yes. I am a long-term trend trader, a swing trader. So I hold until relieved, which is a fantastic line from The Longest Day with John Wayne, movie from 1948. Anyway, I hold until price stops me out. So my first take profit across all strategies, if I have more than one position, my first take profit is always going to be 1-to-1. I move my stop loss to break even, and I let price determine my exit, whether it's a trailing stop or whatever it is. It's usually a trailing stop. The longest I've been in lately, the longest in the last year has been 2 months. The shortest has been 2 days for both. Actually, I take that back. I do take that back. I was in an oil trade for 2 hours because, and I had 3 positions set, TP 1, 2, and 3, at 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1. And I was long oil at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then war broke out between Israel and Iran about 8 o'clock that night. And I went ding, ding, ding. And I went, what in the world was that? And it was my trade alerts hitting TP1, TP2, and TP3. So yeah, on swing trading, I hold my trades anywhere between a couple of hours and a couple of months. Don't beat yourself up. I understand that. I am a reformed self-beater-upper. But just remember that the Holy Spirit convicts and Satan is the one that guilts, right? So if there's a legitimate reason that you missed it, learn from it and move on. If it's something that you had no control over, then as best you can, and I understand the fact that it is almost impossible to combat emotion with logic, but as best you can say, this was not my control. Look, Friday, I missed this trade because I was on the interstate. Could I beat myself up about it? Yes. But I made the choice, and I live with that choice. And here's why I can live with that choice. Because I know that there are going to be more trades. Every time we miss a trade, we convince ourselves that that was the one that was going to make or break us. I've been trading for a decade now. There's always going to be another trade. I've been trading for 20 years. Oh. Now I feel old. Thanks, Trenton. You made me feel old. Sorry about that. All right. So this one, odds are this is an ACB trade, as Sean in our group mentioned the other day. What's an ACB trade? Ain't coming back. And so what do I do for a pending order? Well, if it gets to the first take profit before it's triggered, I just delete it. This one here, I suspect it'll probably trigger because it's my pending order is still right here. Next one up, Euro Kiwi. Same situation as the Aussie Swiss. Yeah. So did not get triggered yet. Price has pulled back. But if price continues on the downside, I'll get triggered and we'll be in. And that's fine. So I put not triggered yet. Kiwi CAD, same situation. Missed it. If I had placed this order on Friday, I would have triggered and I'd be negative on this. So all I have done in some of these is missed out on a little bit of drawdown. That's okay. Same situation here, Kiwi in. Not the same situation with this pair. Kiwi US. Oh, hang on. That's not the right one. Where's the one that I looked at that was... Oh, yeah, here we go. US Swiss. This one, I didn't even bother putting in a pending order because that's the entire trade is now gone. This would have been, talk about beat yourself up if you wanted to. This would have been a 2.5-to-1 trade right now that I'm again, I keep saying I missed it. I intentionally didn't go looking for new trades. And I'm okay with that. You have to be at peace. One of the reasons I love teaching people how to build their own systems is because part of that process is developing this document, this back test that tells you how to live your life as a trader. part of that says, hey, I can expect my system to give me this. So case in point, I always love those back tests because they'll tell you, by and large, over the course of a couple of years, I can expect my longest losing streak would be this or this. Back in May, I had the longest I had the worst month in 4 years, and I had from a return standpoint, -6%, and I had the worst losing streak in 4 years, which was 8 trades in a row, losing streak. And you think, well, how did you manage that? Well, I went back and looked at my system, my back test data that I created 4 or 5 years ago. And it predicted there was a 3% chance that I could have had an 8 trade losing streak. And sure enough, I did. And because you trade something for 4 years, 3% kicks in at some point. It's just math. So looking at this, I realized I'm not going to beat myself up. I know there will be more trades. I trust this system. We're going to talk tonight in our mastermind class about developing faith in your system. Oh, if anybody can go watch that video I put out last week on, it doesn't require lots of faith. It just requires a little. I just love that nugget that I found. I found that God showed me from Matthew's account of Peter walking on the water. Well, actually, Matthew was the only one that mentioned Peter walking on the water. So just to be sure, let me go and look through these pairs that I did not highlight already. I looked at these this morning just to make sure I'm not getting. All I'm looking for is these green. I'm looking for the green and red arrows, and this is why you do the testing. You answer all the questions. What pair is this chart currently on? Well, I think there was a slight delay from when you asked to now. This is Swiss franc Japanese yen. This is Swiss yen that we're looking at right now. By the time you typed it in, we could have been on CAD yen, but this is Swiss yen. You can see I'm in and I'm out. So I got in here when I got this signal. So we got in on the 28th of January, and it took us till today to get out and hit our first take profit. So I love this strategy. And this is why it's so simple. I spent all the time to test it. And I didn't even build this strategy. Someone else, I saw this on a YouTube video. So I love that. That's a dead simple strategy. And I added one little small tweak to it. And there are no new strategies. I know I'm talking fast. I'm trying to get done in 30 minutes. This is why I like YouTube, because you can go back and watch me and click that speed dial and turn me down to 0.75 so you can actually understand my words. There are no new strategies out there. And everyone asks me what's the best strategy. There is no best strategy. The best strategy is the one that works for you. This is one of the reasons I love teaching. This is because you're going to find something that fits you best, and that's the one that you need to trade. But there are no new ideas. The one key element of my other strategy, Bob, that I've been trading for 4 years, the thing that made it work was that 2 line in the middle of the chart. And that was a random comment by somebody on a Reddit thread. Oh, I don't use a line. I use a double line. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. Well, I'm trading this thing, and it doesn't really work. And so I forget what video I was watching. Someone else had a comment somewhere else. Well, let me apply that to Frank. Sure enough, and it works. This is one of the reasons that on Wednesday night, this isn't a sales pitch. I'm just letting you know what we're doing. So the Godly Trading Pro membership program on Monday nights, we meet. That's our mastermind. It's for accountability. It's Galatians 6:2, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. We're in there to help each other with mindset, with accountability, with supporting one another in how we trade, all the mental stuff. Wednesday nights is a free sharing of ideas because you never know when someone's going to make a random comment that is going to spark some ideas. So Wednesday nights is all about the nuts and bolts of trading. This is how I got to Frank. I've seen the video somewhere else, tried it, it was all right. Saw another video, random comment, sparked an idea, put it in Frank, tweaked it, made it better, and it's currently okay. Frank's currently somewhere around an 80% win rate, and I am currently at. I need to make $800 here to pass this prop firm challenge. So, anyhow, back to Frank. Well, that was it for Frank. So Frank is dead simple. It's just find the trend, go in the direction, and if you understand the psychology of an engulfing candle, then you understand why Frank works. Frank says, hey, we got this big, long uptrend, right? The green is a daily. It's a let's call it a 50. I'm going to round up to here's the 50 and here's the 200. Everything's pointing up. Yet for some reason, price is below that. We had a pullback. We went sideways. Doesn't matter. Somehow, some way, price ends up below the moving average. Okay, that's great. What does an engulfing candle have to do with it? Well, you think about what an engulfing candle means. In a situation where I entered this most recent trade. So here's your candle, right? So the day before, all the bulls, all the bears, all the sellers are pushing price down and down and all the way down. And they managed to close here. Then the buyers take over. And not only do the buyers push price up, but they push price up so high that it completely wipes out yesterday. So it's essentially a momentum candle. It says, yeah, I get it. Yesterday, everyone's selling. But then all of the buyers took over. And there was so much buying momentum that we closed higher than yesterday opened. So the psychology of an engulfing candle is one of momentum. And you combine momentum, returning to the overall trend, and you have the world's simplest trading strategy. And so knowing all of that, one of the things we teach in our systems, we teach it. We just show you how to use AI to code for you, so you don't have to. So I had ChatGPT code this indicator. And as I'm testing it, I'm answering all the questions. What happens here? What happens there? So, and I answer those questions on the front end so that when time comes for me to go click, 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 all I'm doing is looking for these red and green arrows. And when one pops up, I don't question it. I don't say, well, gee, let me go and see if this thing is, no, I don't do that. I've already done that back when I built it. So now I'm just go click, click, click. Oh, there it is. Enter, move on. I can't tell you how important it is. The older I get, the more mature and disciplined I get in this crazy thing we call trading. How much I don't want to trade longer and longer. I want to trade less and less. I want to get in, get out, and move on with life. And if I can create a little indicator that saves me time from having to think because I've already thought, why wouldn't I? This is why I love swing trading. Half an hour, 4 strategies. I'm in, I'm out, and if I can make my 4 or 5% a month, I'm ecstatic. Honestly, 2.25% is my gold standard. If I can make 2.25% a month, I'm happy because that compounds to 30%, and that is 3 times the S&P, and I'm good. Anyway, lastly, we have a little bit to look at over here on the Forest strategy. Forest is the last one. We had a couple of wins. We had one win, which was, hang on, this is a $100 account. Yes, I will reiterate. Procedure, development stages in our training. My recommendation to anybody, when you are trying a new strategy that you're building yourself, and please build it yourself, the first thing you do is trade on demo for 2 to 3 months. Sorry, I'm only laughing because the minute I said that, the viewer count literally cut in half. Trade on demo, and poof, everyone's out. That's fantastic. I love that. Trade on demo 2 or 3 months just to get the muscle memory of what you're doing. Then, once it has proven that it worked, once it's proven itself to you that it does in fact work, and once, more importantly, that you have proven to yourself, hey, I can trade this system successfully. Best system in the world is useless if you can't successfully trade it with discipline. Once you've proven those 2 things, then you graduate from demo trading to still kind of demo, but real, which means putting a very small amount of money into a live account where you have money at risk. That's why I love Forex and Awanda, because I can start with a $10 account and trade real money, or a $100 account. Then you branch off, okay, putting some real money into it or going into a prop firm. Anyway, that's why I am here, because Forrest is at this stage. Frank's past it. Frank is in the prop firm stage. Yeah, demo helps. Because, guys, ladies, people, folks, at the beginning stage, your target, your goal, your success metric, the thing by which you judge yourself, is not money. Your first 3 months, you should not even think about money. All you want is consistency. All you want is discipline. Discipline is great because discipline is built on consistency. And consistency is 4 simple steps. doing the same thing, the same way, the same time, every time. I shall repeat that. Doing the same thing, the same way, the same time, every time. I'm trying to be consistent in this live trading room, showing up the same way, the same time, every time. I skipped one. So your first 3 months, all you want is muscle memory and discipline and consistency. And because that's all you want, there's no point in having real money at risk. That's not good stewardship. Anyway, Forrest has graduated out of demo and into small scale account size. So we had a win here on Aussie Kiwi. Where is Aussie Kiwi? Let me show you that. Let me switch over to Forrest and go to Aussie Kiwi. Oh, here we go. So we had our pullback to the 30. We got in. We hit 1-to-1. We're out. We're done. We move on. Some other trades that we have open on Forrest are, what color am I doing those? What do we have here? We've got, Euro US and CAD Swiss. So Euro US. Oh, purple. Okay. Euro US. So here we go. We had our reset. This is why I was able to do this, because we reset, went from long back to short, back to long. We had our higher highs, signified by these dots. We had our pull back to the 30. We got in, and now we're here. We're about halfway to our first take profit. I think CAD Swiss was the other one. Up here. Here we go. Skipped it. And this one, you can see the same thing. We had our first red dot, which means we have a brand new lowest low in the last 50 candles. So on a daily chart, last 2 months, which means, hey, the downtrend has resumed, because what is a downtrend? A series of lower highs and lower lows. What's an uptrend? A series of higher highs and higher lows. So if I want to know if the trend has resumed, I want to know when there's a brand new one of those. So what that dot does, hey, look, there's a brand new low. Once you get that, then you start looking to enter at the 30. And just so happens that we did. Now this one, you say, well, that's not the 30. No, it's not. This particular strategy is my least time consuming. So what I do is I ballpark. When I get this thing, okay, well, I need to get in somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around here, somewhere around here. My buddy Rolando has a great algorithm that he just sets it, and whatever that day's 30 is, that's what the entry is. And so it's the robot is managing that entry. It's looking for that instant that it hits, the price touches the 30. For me, these are set and forget trades. I check it 3 times a week. So I ballpark somewhere in between. And we've got some order flow. Could you be more specific? I do apologize for not fully understanding your question. If you could elucidate that point, that'd be great. Oh, where's the ACB trade? That tomorrow, step 3 after showing you the verse of the day and checking the calendar is going to be making sure my phone is on silent. I do apologize that it's been going nuts. Let's see, and you can see this is exactly what I'm talking about. 3 or 4 times a week I'll come in here, because my entry is so on Forrest, my position size is incredibly small because it's $100, which is another reason that I love Awanda. So yeah, my position size is 47 micro units. For all of you, I don't even know how to correlate that when it comes to future traders out there. But this is why I like Awanda. If you're going to trade stocks, I like Robinhood because of the way I do and teach. If you could watch this, it'd be great. I'll try to explain it here in a second. That's the way I do, and I teach stop loss. Position size is critical. Robinhood allows you to purchase fractional shares. As long as you understand what Robinhood is doing. Anyway, Robinhood is they're not your broker. They're someone else's broker, and you're their product. But that's a question for another day. Okay. That is we are out of time. It is 3:59 and the market is shutting down. So I've already done everything we need to do over here on Forrest. I will show you the pending setup so you can see here. So what I will do here on these is, as this moving average moves in the next couple of days, I'll have to circle back and move this down because the moving average will have moved. And it's just dead simple. You wait for, in this case, red, the longer term trend is down. I have a series of lower lows being put in, which tells me, hey, downtrend. And I look to enter at the if this thing pulls back and touches the 30, I get in. And I only do it once. Look at these yen pairs, right? So we had all of these blue dots and all these touch. And every one of these could have been an entry. And that is absolutely something that you could do. Trigger artist, if you could come back tomorrow, I would absolutely do that. But I have committed for everybody. I've got my daily accountability meeting with Pierre, my brother Pierre, that I meet with him every day. I got to go to do that now. Anyway, here, all of these pullbacks could be entries. Me personally, my strategy, my rules say just take the first one. So until this thing turns into a downtrend, I can't get in. All right. I know that I have left some questions hanging. I do apologize. I am trying my best to keep this to 30 minutes a day. That is it. So I will be back tomorrow. I will try my best to answer some of these questions that I did not answer from now till tomorrow. With that, guys, thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow.